This was a working harbour once, a town built on the sea. But hang on, where's the sea gone? Good to have you back on another Skywords journey. We're picking up where we left off at Lydd, heading down a stretch of coast that's changed almost beyond recognition, and in an aircraft that has some funny shoes on. Floats are perhaps not the obvious choice for this route, but as you'll soon see, they come in very useful. Straight up for this one, and the marsh opens out below flat and green and fertile, and there's a lot more going on than it looks. Most of what's under us now used to be sea, and we'll come back to why in a bit. Now, this definitely wasn't me slow to remember that I needed to put my landing gear up, but look how neatly it folds away in the floats. This is shingle mostly, and it's one of the emptiest stretches of ground in England, which is exactly why the birds love it. The whole headland's a nature reserve. So, if you want to see where this route actually goes over the next few episodes around the coast, that's what the like and subscribe buttons do for you. Up ahead, a town on a hill. Walls, a castle, the kind of place you build when you've got something worth defending. Rye was one of the Cinque Ports, a confederation of channel ports that supplied the crown with ships and men in return for trading privileges. And for centuries, that made it one of the most important harbours in the country. And if you're picturing a working harbour, you're picturing it right. There's just one problem. Look at the water. There isn't any. At least, not where it needs to be. The sea that made this town rich spent the next few centuries retreating from it. Silt and shingle building up in the channel until what once carried warships could barely float a rowing boat. That's the same marsh you flew over a few minutes ago, reclaimed by exactly this. Rye's still there, the sea just isn't. This is as close as the sea still gets, a couple of miles down the river from the old town. Another nature reserve here too. Shingle and lagoons is the kind of place that waders and terns nest by the hundred once the summer crowds have gone. There's even a new coastal path through here too, part of the King Charles III England Coast Path, running down from Camber Sands, though as of August 2026 the stretch through Rye itself is still being finished. And here's why the floats. So looking around us, there's nesting birds, sunbathers on Camber Sands, and Winchelsea Beach is doing brisk business by the look of it. The sea is looking calm and there's a clear stretch right here that should do nicely. Next time, we carry on west to Hastings, a name that means the Norman conquest to nearly everyone, even though the battle itself was fought several miles inland. If you want to keep coming along for the ride, that's what subscribing's for. And a question for you. Now you know how much of this coast used to be somewhere else entirely, is there another stretch you'd want me to dig into? Let me know in the comments.